Oh, you also some literature on abolishing abortion.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. I'll give you all some literature on abolishing abortion, on establishing justice for every baby in the womb. So,
Thank you.
it's a booklet on abolishing abortion.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. I stood out here many times advocating for our preborn neighbors, so one for you, and yes, ma'am. Hello everyone. I've used some literature on abolishing abortion, about protecting our preborn neighbors. One for each of you. Did y'all get one? It's about abolishing abortion. Yes, ma'am. There you go. One for you. It's about abolishing abortion. One for each of you. There you go. It's about abolishing abortion. One, two. Y'all get one?
Thank you.
Yes, sir. It's about abolishing abortion. Yes, ma'am. Y'all get one? There you go. Yes, ma'am. Y'all get one? It's about abolishing abortion. Did you get one, man? There you go. It's about abolishing abortion. Yes, ma'am. Get one, man? It's about abolishing abortion. Yes, ma'am. Y'all get one? About abolishing abortion, protecting every baby in the womb. You want that? A little windy, I know. You? Okay. You as well? Okay. It's about abolishing abortion, protecting every baby in the womb. Do you want that? Yes, ma'am. Have a good day. Handing out literature on abolishing abortion. There you go. It's about protecting every baby in the womb.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, thank you. Did you already get one? Abolishing abortion. Greetings. Handing out literature on abolishing abortion, about protecting every baby in the womb. I'll read it, and it's about abolishing the murder of children. That's what we're going to do to protect every baby in the womb. So, put it in your pocket if you like. I know it's windy out here, but hey, I've stood out here many times at this intersection to speak up for our preborn neighbors. So I like to give that to people who actually, want to end this too. So there's a website on the back of that. If you want to know more about how can we actually protect every baby in the womb and abolish their murders, establishing justice for them. We're actually working on that at the Capitol. We go up to the Capitol in Topeka every year, every legislative session, and call for the legislators to establish justice for every baby in the womb. So.
Well, they're doing their part, but we got that amendment on the ballot. So what happened? People can't just not really get the message.
That's you can put that maybe in there. This addresses that, the Abolish Abortion Kansas Act. So we actually have legislation that we put forward there, as that says, the Abolish Abortion Kansas Act, that doesn't regulate murder. It actually abolishes the murder of every baby in the womb and calls for justice for them. And we go up there like every Wednesday during the legislative session, January through March.
Does that mean that there would have to be a prosecutor and file charges against the person who committed the abortion?
Eventually, right now, we cannot even get a hearing for the bill because Speaker of the House Dan Hawkins won't even give it a hearing. And what's that?
Well, how come?
Well, different reasons. One, he doesn't want to lose seats in Johnson County, and like, well, if we do this, then we won't be able to pass these other bills. And basically, like, we're not going to do this because, it'll cost us something. Well, it's like, but we're sacrificing children in the process by not doing everything we can. That it's not that we don't have a bill to protect them. It's that we won't even give it bring it up for a vote.
Yeah.
And so and a lot of people don't know that we even had that going on at the legislature right now. We've been doing that for like the last 3 or 4 years. And
I knew there was people lobbying strong up there trying to get it to.
yeah, I'm one of them. my name's Nicholas, by the way.
Oh, mine's Jim.
Mr. Jim.
Jim Hammond, yeah.
And you as well, Mr. Jim. And so that's we'll be going back up there in January, Lord willing, and we meet with the legislators. We stand outside the House and Senate chambers, pleading with the legislators to stop regulating the murder of children and to work to actually abolish their murders. And because right now, like, we have, you may know this, not everyone does, many don't know, we have 2 places in Wichita where babies are being murdered on site. Planned Parenthood, where I stand out there regularly, and the other place where the killer operated, still open today. And many don't even know that those places are there or where they're at. And so, that's why we go up to the legislature to call the legislators to establish justice and enforce the law. And another big reason why they refuse to establish justice is they believe that, well, if we criminalize this, then that means that moms who murder their babies will be punished too. Well, anyone who murders a baby that takes the life of their child with malice aforethought, well, they should, once it's proven that they're guilty, they should be punished. Once it's recognized as a criminal act under law, then anyone who murders anyone should face trial, and if it's determined that they're guilty, they should be punished. We don't.
The problem right off the bat, if you're talking about putting them in behind bars, because the prisons are already overcrowded, they're letting a lot of felons out on the street.
Oh, I know.
Just for that reason.
Hey, well, I'm probably among other reasons, but just punishing people for committing crimes. Like, I'm not talking about innocent people. I'm talking about like those who murder their children, the mother primarily, because today, the pro-life movement talks about going after the abortionists, but what we don't realize is, well, today the majority of the abortionists are the moms. They don't hire like someone to take the life of their baby. They do it themselves through pills.
Oh yeah.
And so they are the abortionist. So how can we say, well, they're the one taking the pill to murder their baby, but they should not be punished? Well, then what we're saying is the life of their baby is not worth anything. Since if we're going to call them the victim as well as their baby, then we're diminishing the life of that baby, right? And so that's what the pro-life movement's taught for years. And I used to be in the pro-life movement. I came out, became an abolitionist, and it just basically means working to establish equal justice and protection for every baby in the womb. No exceptions, no regulating murder. Just God says you shall not murder. He says that we should pursue justice and only justice in His Word. So that's what we should be doing, and we've failed to do that for so many years.
Well, keep trying. That's all we can do. We're not going to go away.
Well, Christians won't go away, and so that's I know it's a lot to take in, but that's just a little bit of what's going on at the Capitol that you probably didn't know about that bill. Most don't.
I don't.
And it's and we filed, like this past session, we filed HB 2171 and had to tweak it a little bit, but people they think, well, the pro-life legislature, supermajority pro-life, they're doing what they can. Well, actually what they're doing is that they're refusing to establish justice for every baby in the womb, saying, well, this bill here that regulates murder or gives exceptions for rape, incest, life of the mother, fetal deformity, that's good enough. Well, actually no. Because any bill that allows babies to be murdered is not good, it's evil. It's partiality. saying you're going to live, but not you over here, if that makes sense. And we should only pursue justice. And justice means that we should, not saying it's going to happen overnight, no, but that we should call and demand the legislature to protect every baby. Whether it takes 20 more years to end it, like with William Wilberforce, who fought for 20-some years in the British Parliament to protect slaves. But we regardless of how long it takes, we got to tell them we're not taking scraps anymore. We're not taking partiality. Protect every baby in the womb, no exceptions. And so it, just like Moses said to Pharaoh in Exodus chapter 10, not a hoof will be left behind. If you get if you know what I'm talking about there. And because Pharaoh kept trying to compromise with Moses, like, I'll let your people go, but except you gotta leave these people behind. You gotta leave your animals behind. But Moses said, not a hoof will be left behind. We're not leaving anything behind. But we keep just taking whatever we can get, and it's like, no, we need to pursue justice only. I hope that makes sense.
Yeah.
And so that's and there's if you want to know more about the abolition bill, like there's a website on the back of this, like what are, I mean, this is just giving me kind of a nutshell about what Christians are doing to end this here in Bleeding, Kansas. And I mean, because a lot of pro-lifers have no idea. They have no idea. And I mean, I was one of them. And that's why I became an abolitionist, because it's like, what's the Bible say, and how can we regulate murder? We don't regulate rape, we don't regulate wife beating or bank robbery. How can we regulate something that's worse than murder of a child? So, and I know it's a lot to take in, but I figure, well, if people care enough to be out here, then I think they'll want to know these things. And I mean, it's this is Life Chain, I take it? Is that okay? I didn't know they were doing it today. But I hope that all makes sense. And any other any questions, I guess, or any thoughts?
No, not at this point, no. To tell you the truth, I'm not ready to close.
Well, it's a little hot out here, and it's very windy.
I don't know what it is. I was fine when I got here, but now my stomach is just racing.
Well, thanks for listening, Mr. Jim.
No problem. I love you. Things change, okay?
Yes. Greetings. I recognize you from many years ago.
Oh, yeah?
I don't know if you recognize me, but Nicholas.
Nicholas?
Yeah, we actually worked together over a decade ago with KFL.
Oh, God, really?
Yeah, at the high school. We did an outreach out there.
My goodness.
I rode with you on the car, like on the way back, I think.
Yeah,
So-
man, oh, man.
So I don't recall your name, but I do recall, what you look like. So
Jim.
Okay, now I recall. So I'm heading this out today to pro-lifers out here because, back then I was actually a pro-lifer in the pro-life movement,
Yeah.
but since become an abolitionist and working to abolish all this murder. And I actually stand at this very intersection, stood out here many times, and so it.
Cool.
So that just goes into abolition and what the Bible says.
Right. Are you working by yourself? Are you with a group?
Well, me at the moment, or?
No, I mean, are you with the group?
Yeah, basically with and there's an abolition society here in Bleeding, Kansas, and like in Kansas City and here in Wichita. So I work alongside them whenever we're able to work together, and so and there's a website on the back of this here.
Yeah.
So I think it'll help explain like why I let the pro-life movement become an abolitionist to actually abolish this evil. So that's
Good for you, man. Good to see you.
likewise been a while, a long time.
God bless you, man. Take care.
So,
Good to see you, man.
likewise. And this is on. We have legislation at the Capitol that we're working on
Alrighty.
to actually establish equal justice for every baby in the womb, and most pro-lifers have no idea about that. So that's so letting people out here know that too.
Yeah. So you're working with any lawmaker in particular?
Yeah, with that the one who is taking the charge for the abolition bill is Samantha Potter Marshall,
Mm-hmm.
and also Kevin Schwartzfeger. He's a new one who he's signed on to the abolition bill. Brett Fairchild, he's also signed on to it.
All right.
We've met with all of them, and a few others, but they're like kind of the main ones. And so we've talked to many legislators up there. We actually go up there every January through March, every Wednesday, and just make a day out of addressing legislators. So, but most people don't know that there's a bill to actually stop this, to end this evil.
Cool. I'll read up on it, man.
Well, good to see you again, Jim.
You too, man. Take care.
Well, hand this out. It's about abolishing abortion, protecting every baby in the womb. You want to, sir?
What's that?
It's about abolishing abortion, about establishing equal justice for every baby in the womb. So I've actually stood at this intersection many times over the years, holding signs and defending our most defenseless neighbors. So and I'm very active at Planned Parenthood, standing out there regularly, and at the Capitol too during the legislative session. So it's interesting, yes, and heartbreaking. And so a lot of pro-lifers don't know about abolition, or that we even have a bill to protect every baby in the womb in the legislature.
It's been passed as part of.
Well, the problem is that the current Speaker of the House, Dan Hawkins, he refuses to even give it a hearing. Like this bill, he refuses. He won't even give it a hearing. Really? Yes, sir. And we've actually talked to him ourselves, because we go up to the Capitol every Wednesday during the legislative session, January through March, and he has just refused to give it a hearing because he doesn't want to lose seats, political seats. He doesn't want to sacrifice other legislation, thinking that, well, if I allow this to get a hearing, then we're going to lose. It's going to cost us something. So. And he spoke at the March for Life in Topeka this past year. I was there, but he refuses to give this bill a hearing. The only bill that would actually protect every baby in the womb.
Well, because of the Supreme Court, we got there knocking down everything. So until we change the Supreme Court, and I guess there's a bill up next year so that we can elect the Supreme Court. If we don't get that bill passed, we're never going to have any abortion.
Well, and we've talked to the legislators about that, because that's come up many times, and it's like, well, regardless of what the Supreme Court does or what the governor does or anyone else does, let us obey God. Like, let not anyone else's sin prevent us from obeying God and saying, this is what we demand, that you protect every baby in the womb, no exceptions, no regulating murder, and we're going to keep coming until you give us what we demand. This is what God demands. And so I've been told the Kansas Supreme Court's the most liberal, godless in the country, and it's like, regardless of that, let's do right by God. And there's a few people out there who have supported that effort, only a few, but I just wanted to let you all know about that there's that actually I used to be in the pro-life movement many years ago. I came out, became an abolitionist. So because I left the pro-life movement because I saw that it wasn't like Christ-centered, gospel-centered, and it's not it. And the pro-life movement regulates baby murder, if that makes sense. Like, a mom can murder her baby if she meets this criteria. If she gets an ultrasound first, or if she murders her baby soon enough. It's like, God says you shall not murder, and he hates partiality, and we shouldn't just protect some babies and like leave these other babies to die. No, we should protect every one of them. And in our legislation, we should demand every one of them be protected. And so then that's what this talks about. And so that's a lot of pro-lifers don't know about any of that. They just all they heard is, well, let's get what we'll take what we can get. Well, the problem is we're not even trying to get equal protection, equal justice for every baby in the womb. We're just taking whatever we think the Supreme Court or the legislature or the governor will let us have. Because, well, we're not demanding it. If that all makes sense. A lot to take in, I know. So that's any thoughts or questions on all that?
When is the next legislative?
Starts in January. This past year started with January 10th. I'm not sure if it's the same every year, but early January, and it goes through March. And so that's so we go up there every year on Wednesdays, and that's when they're in session, and we're just the persistent widow. We plead with them to do their duty and protect every baby in the womb, and we plan to do that until they actually do their job and establish equal justice for their preborn neighbors.
How can you regulate that? How would you know somebody is?
How can you regulate? What's that?
How can you regulate that in such a way that people will still be doing things behind, like they used to be behind?
Once it's criminalized, right? Once it's criminalized, right?
Right.
Well, once it's criminalized, yes, people will still do it. Like, people commit crimes of every nature, even though it's illegal. Well, but they'll be far less likely to do it because they realize, if I do this, I'll be punished. Right now, every state, you may not know this, but every state, it's legal for a mom to murder her baby with pills. There's no punishment for her. Every state. Even Oklahoma and Texas, a mom can legally murder her baby under color of law. She could film herself doing it. She could do it at the police station, and there's no punishment. Because every state has a law that gives an exception to moms, gives them immunity to murder their babies in the womb. Because it says, well, they're victims. And so there's a misconception, well, since the Supreme Court under Trump overturned Roe v. Wade, now it's illegal in certain states. No, it's not. It's just moms are doing it through pills. And and every state law allows them to do it without any punishment. But if the law punishes that murder, then they're going to do it less because, well, they don't want to be punished, right? They don't want to be like put in prison or put to death. And because the law is a tutor, that leads you to Christ, as the Bible says. So if the law says don't do this, you're going to be punished. People will still do it, but it'd be far, far, far less. And so, I mean, I hope that makes sense.
Thanks for telling us about it.
Yes, ma'am. Any questions about any of that or further thoughts?
I'll probably have to think about it for a little while.
I know it's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate you listening.
Sure.
So,
What's your name?
Nicholas.
Thank you, Nicholas, for
Yes,
doing
ma'am.
what you're doing.
And your all's names?
Rick and Kim.
Rick and
Kim.
Oh, thank you for listening. Greetings. Hey, we meet again.
Good to see you.
Don.
Yes.
Okay, you got this.
Yes, I got that.
You already got that one. Okay, awesome.
Got that one.
But
Hey.
for people out here, well, they probably care about protecting babies, right?
That's right.
So.
That's all about it.
Right. Oh, and you got one too, I think. Yeah, you got one. Thanks. Some literature on abolishing abortion. You'll get one? Okay, just share it. Okay. You'll get one? Literature on abolishing abortion, protecting every baby in the womb. You'll get one? Together, I assume?
Yes.
If you have any questions or thoughts, feel free to ask. Well, I'm working to abolish abortion myself.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt you over there.
I'm sorry.
Greetings. I think you already got one of these.
Yes.
Right. Have you got? Have you got this one?
No, I get it.
I'm very blessed. Very blessed and very grieved.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking I could be wrong. Maria?
I don't know.
I mean, your name?
Oh, Anna.
Anna. Okay, right. Anna. I recall you from Planned Parenthood. I just didn't remember your name, I guess.
Yes.
But it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.
And I didn't know you all were doing this today, so I wanted to stop and give pro-lifers that information on how we are to end this evil, abolish it. So, and I stood at this very corner many times over the years, speaking up for babies in the womb, preaching the gospel.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty familiar with this intersection.
Well, have a blessed
You as well, Miss Anna.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Greetings. Give you some literature on abolishing abortion. Some literature on abolishing abortion. Protecting every baby in the womb.
I'm all for that.
That talks about goes into what the Bible says and the abolition. Because I guess in a nutshell, I actually came out of the pro-life movement to become an abolitionist, working to actually abolish the murder of children completely, and which the pro-life movement, not saying everybody in the movement, but the movement, like the leadership, the groups, actually they don't want to abolish this, they don't want to end it. They actually oppose legislation that would actually do that.
Explain that a little deeper.
Oh, right. Because that, it's like, what? What does that? Doesn't make sense. Well, this might be hard to hear, but the like pro-life groups, politicians, and leadership, they have refused to establish justice and like put forth legislation or allow legislation to be passed that would protect every baby in the womb, because they think, well, every mom who murders her baby is a victim, therefore we don't want to punish them if they're victims. And it's like, well, because they realize if we protect every child in the womb, then we must punish those who murder them, which is primarily the mom. Like, because most of the abortions in this country are done through pills. Like, the mom doesn't go to like a third party, like an abortionist. She is the abortionist. She orders pills online or goes to farm. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. And so that's why they have stood against legislation that will protect every baby, equal justice, if that makes sense.
It does.
And that's a big reason why I left the pro-life movement, and because it's not gospel centered. It's like it's not Christ first. Now some are in the movement. I was one of them, but I hope that makes sense. Like why I left that and became an abolitionist.
Okay. Here's my stance.
Mm-hmm.
I'm parallel exactly with Charlie Kirk on this.
Okay.
Does that explain where I'm at?
I have an idea of where he stood because I've listened to him in some videos, but
You better listen to some more.
okay. From my understanding, he was not an abolitionist. He saw moms as victims who murder their children. Would that be a correct statement?
Yeah, I think so.
So that and so like the problem is that by calling anyone who murders someone a victim, we're actually saying that the person they murdered wasn't a person, right?
Who said that?
Well, what I'm saying is that when you say that there should be no penalty for someone who murders someone, then you're lessening the value of the life they took, right?
Okay. I'm following you.
Okay, and so that because for a crime, the more serious a crime, the bigger the punishment. But if you take away any punishment, you're saying that's not a crime. Not only is it like a big crime, it's not a crime at all. If the person who did it's a victim who should not be punished. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So that's so.
I don't agree with that.
Wait, you don't agree with
The non-victim part of that. Run that through again.
Okay. So So basically, when you're saying that, like, okay, in this abortion, that it's even if you call it murder, but saying that if you murder your baby, you should not be punished at all. You're saying, well,
You're talking about the politicians now.
actually, I'm talking about anyone who murders their child, which primarily is a mother, and because they're the ones that take the pills.
No,
What's that?
I disagree.
Okay. But because yeah, primarily it's moms who
They are murdering their children.
right, and so they once it's criminalized, not before, but once it's criminalized, anyone who takes the life of a child with malice aforethought should be, well, they should go to court first, right? Like anyone, like if you murder a born person, you go to court to determine if you're guilty or not, and if it's determined that the mom, the dad is guilty, they should be punished accordingly, in a court of law
I agree with that.
after they've been convicted.
I totally agree.
So not saying like that. Well, they're going to be punished and no jury, no judge, no court. No, just like any crime, you'll be able to. You'll have a chance to defend yourself, and you'll hear the evidence. But right now, many in the pro-life movement, mainly the leadership, the groups of politicians, they say a blanket statement: every mom who murders her baby is a victim. Forget the circumstances; they're all victims. It's like, no, I stand at Planned Parenthood regularly. These aren't victims. They walk right in. I offer them help, and they just go in and just, if they are victims, they would take the help. Like, please help me. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. But nearly all of them, they go in there and they choose to murder their baby. Those aren't victims. And so but that's,
I agree with that.
and National Right to Life, they issued a statement back in 2022 that they sent to all the lawmakers around the country. It's basically saying every woman who murders her baby is a victim. Every one. I encourage you to look that up.
I agree with that.
Yeah, the Bible didn't agree.
Okay.
So,
Here's my thought on that.
yes, sir.
When they meet the good Lord, they die, they're going to get their comeuppance.
Right,
He's going to be the final judge.
right.
Every damn one of them.
And what they need is the gospel, right?
That's right.
And because I don't want them to stand before God as a guilty murderer who did not repent.
I agree.
And now if they do repent, then it'll be a glorious thing for them to stand before the Lord. If they die in their sins, it'll be a horrible thing for them. So, and that's for anyone who dies in their sins and did not repent before they drew their final breath.
Okay, I'm with you.
So I hope all that makes sense.
Yep.
And so we're and why it makes sense why I left the pro-life movement, became an abolitionist, and this goes into just in a little bit more detail, the booklet. But did you have any other questions or thoughts on all that?
Until I read this.
Okay. And I'll also have literature on the bill that we have in the legislature to protect every baby in the womb. We every year we go up to the Capitol January through March to
Well, let me back up here a minute.
Yeah.
Not only the mothers that purposely abort their babies, but the politicians that vote for that are going to get their comeuppance also when
Right.
they meet the good Lord.
and one
I'll guarantee you they will.
oh, they will. And one thing you may not well, most don't know this, but the Speaker of the House, Dan Hawkins, he's actually refused to even give the abolition bill a hearing the last 2 years. I know because I'm up there about every Wednesday during the legislative session, and we've talked to him. He's spoken at the March for Life this past January, and he refuses to give the bill even a hearing. The only bill up there that would protect every baby in the womb, he has refused to give it a hearing.
Then the guilt's on him.
Yeah, right. And he's a pro-life leader, and he doesn't want to, because he knows it'll cost him something. All the
Well, it's politics. It's politics.
Right.
He's put politics ahead of.
right, yeah. And so that's, but a lot of pro-lifers don't know that there are people out there working to actually abolish this.
That's a good thing.
I'm one of them.
The thing that surprised me the absolute most when Kansas had the vote on abortion, it turned out the way it did. I just could not believe. And the reason I say that is when I went to the voting polls and had to wait in line for an hour and a half to 2 hours, lines 2 blocks long trying to get in there to vote on that thing, and most of them were young women, I knew we were screwed. I knew it for a fact. There was no way we could win that.
Well, this is a very red state, red in the sense that we're covered in the blood of innocent children, and that didn't surprise me. Like, I encourage you did you read the amendment itself?
No, I have not.
I encourage you to what's your name, by the way?
Roger?
Nicholas, Mr. Roger.
Yep.
I encourage you, Mr. Roger, to, it's very short, to read the bill or read the amendment, and
Can I find it online?
yeah, just value them both, and Kansas value them both amendment, and read the sentence or read the paragraph. It has a paragraph that it says that it would have put into the Constitution, change the Kansas Constitution to have this paragraph. Read that paragraph, and the very first 3 words are regulation of abortion. It starts with those 3 words. What I tell people is change the word abortion with murder, regulation of murder, or change that to rape, regulation of rape. And then people think very differently about that because we don't regulate those things, right? But we think it's okay to regulate abortion. And then to add insult to injury, to make it worse, the last part of that paragraph, it gives exceptions for rape, incest, life of the mother to murder the baby. Now, a lot of people that voted for that, they had no idea about any of that. And I understand. I mean, we've all voted for stuff we didn't really understand or took the time to read. I mean, but that's why I encourage people, read it. It's very short, and just think about what you're reading. That, this is very ironic, but I told people this amendment, if it had passed, it would have actually changed the Constitution. It would have put murder of children into the Constitution. And there are people that supported it, that had yard signs in their yard, that had the bumper stickers on their cars, that have no idea that they thought they were working to protect children, but they actually were unknowingly working to put murder in the Constitution. And it's like, if I was one of those people, I'd want to know. It's like, wait a minute, what are these efforts going towards? And so that just grieved me when I realized that. And I and other abolitionists, we were having like meetings about that, like why abolitionists oppose the value of them both amendment because of these things. Because it doesn't actually protect children, it does the opposite. It will change the Constitution to allow them to be murdered, probably making it harder to protect them in the future. Because then when we say, well, we want babies to be protected, every one of them, then the legislator would say, you already voted on this, you voted to put murder in the Constitution. You voted to regulate it. So it actually would have done the exact opposite of what people thought it would do, if that makes sense. And we talked to many pro-lifers about that, and there were even those who like were going door to door for it, supporting it when they saw, and then they realized what they were supporting, and so that's kind of a nutshell of like the abolitionist response to it. There's a lot more, but to that, and I mean, it was a response to the 2019 Supreme Court opinion, and it's like, how about we just respond by abolishing this evil, so that we shut down the Planned Parenthood and shut down the child sacrifice center that George Tiller used to operate, still there today, still operates today, and so that no one has to do this anymore. Come out to these intersections that I've done many times myself. Come out here, this very intersection. It's like, how about instead of working to regulate murder, which God hates, let's work to abolish it.
Have the states of Oklahoma and Texas abolished it?
Actually, no, sir, they have not. And do you know why?
Most of those abortions are coming to Kansas now.
Oh, they're flooding in, right. Oh, I stand up Planned Parenthood regularly, and I see cars flooding in from Texas, flooding in, and from Oklahoma, but mostly from Texas. Now the thing is that in Texas, well, and Oklahoma, and every state actually, it's legal. It's perfectly legal under color of law for a mom to murder her baby with pills, because the law has an exception, gives moms immunity if they murder their baby in the womb, and they can do it with pills. And even in Texas, they did a thing recently. Senator Jeff Leach, I think he actually was a representative. He just put forth a bill that would again allow moms to murder their babies. And so like pro-life leaders, they're actually working to protect these murders, not to actually abolish it. I mean, it's shocking. Like, because they're pro-life, so of course they're working to end this. Well, no, they're not. And so that there's not one state right now in America where a baby's protected in the womb if his mother wants to murder him. Not one. They're all given immunity by pro-life laws that give exceptions to them. And I think you probably, hopefully, from what I said earlier, understand why that is. Like, that they're considered victims. The second victim of abortion. It's like, no, there's only one victim.
I encourage you to go find some interviews of Charlie Cook. Like, there's a bunch of them on.
I watched at least, I'm not sure how many I've watched, but I've watched some where he addresses this.
He's got the right answer to this abortion thing.
Well,
just go listen to him and take it in.
Okay.
With an open mind.
Yeah, I know that what I have seen of him is that he also believes that moms are victims who murder their children. I'm not aware that he changed his mind on that before he was murdered, but I didn't watch a ton. I actually watched probably more of him since he was murdered, just because I want to know what he believed about these things.
He's flat out against abortion. All abortion.
But it's like more like what does the Bible say, Not what is this person thinking, what do I think, what's the Bible say? And not even what did he think before he.
He's getting his problem.
And so I hope that all makes sense. I know it's a lot to take in. Did you have any other questions or thoughts? And it's Mr. I'm probably wrong. It's not Joe. It's Mr. Your name? Roger. Okay, Mr. Roger. I'm trying to get better about names. Nicholas.
I'm sure of it too.
Yeah. At least I'm not the only one. Any other thoughts or questions on all that, Mr. Roger?
What?
Any other questions or thoughts on any of that, Mr.
No, I'll give this a good looking at.
Okay. And there's a website on the back of that if you want to know more information. Right there. amks.org.
Lighthouse Baptist Church.
Yeah, that's where they're based out of.
Okay.
And so, thanks for listening, Mr. Roger.
Yep, appreciate it.
Likewise.
Keep up the good work.
Yes, sir. Are you getting up? Need help? Yeah, okay. Yeah, yes, sir.
No, thank you. God bless you.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. You already got one, I think, right? Just want to make sure. Did you already get one of these? Did you already get one of these?
Love your preborn neighbor as yourself.
It's it goes
Right thought for what we're doing.
right, exactly. That's why I stopped, because I didn't know you were all doing a live chain today, and I actually did a live chain many years ago. But I became an abolitionist. I left the pro-life movement to become an abolitionist, which means that I'm actually working with other Christians to establish justice for every baby in the womb, to not regulate their murders anymore, which is what the pro-life movement does as a whole, if that makes sense. And that goes into that. And
Abolitionist means you're just...
no exceptions, no regulating murder, abolish it completely. Criminalize the murder of children right now, immediately. No compromise.
What do you mean by motive?
Oh, immediately. Criminalize it. The murder of children. Protect the life of every baby in the womb. And we're not doing that right now. Is like.
No, we're not.
The pro-life movement. They're only putting forth legislation that says like pass through these loopholes, meet this criteria, and then you can murder your baby. Well, no. God says you shall not murder. And God condemns showing partiality in the Bible. And so that's why I left the pro-life movement, because I saw it wasn't gospel-centered. Not Christ first. Let's just take what we can get. Well, no. We should establish justice immediately. We should call for it anyway.
Were you at Planned Parenthood last week?
Yeah, I'm there pretty much every week.
2 weeks ago on Wednesday.
Probably.
You had a bunch of posters.
Yeah, I think
against the vehicles.
They had the Jericho March.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there, and I'm there regularly when I'm in the city. Plan on being there tomorrow, Lord willing.
What is your name?
Nicholas.
Huh?
Nicholas.
Taquan?
Nicholas.
Nicholas.
Yes, sir.
I can't hear.
And no worries. And your name?
Paul.
Paul. Mr. Paul. That's so. I stand out there regularly at Planned Parenthood, and through the week, and when I'm in town, and I go up to the Capitol every legislative session from January through March, with a few others, to talk to legislators.
How do you support yourself if you're devoted?
God provides.
Huh?
God provides. Support comes in. I don't even ask for it. God sends it to where I can afford to live.
So you're a mendicant.
What's that?
You're a mendicant.
A mendicant?
M-E-N-D-I-C-A-N-T. Mendicant.
Oh.
M-E-N-D-I-C-A-N-T. A beggar.
A beggar. Well, not a beggar, just more just trusting God, and He sends it. So it's like, well, Lord, if you're gonna provide the support, then I'm gonna keep doing this.
That's what a mendicant does.
Oh yeah.
All right, well, hang in there.
And no, there's we actually have legislation at the Capitol to protect every baby in the womb, the Abolish Abortion Kansas Act. So don't know if
have one of those.
Yes, sir. So that's most pro-lifers don't know that. They know about the regulations, perhaps, but not about.
But you're basically where Mark Geetson was.
Actually, no. And I used to work with him. Actually, we worked closely together back in 2009 and 10, and he was a staunch pro-lifer, and I told him why I became an abolitionist. I mean, I used to work in his basement, for months,
Yeah.
working on pro-life petitions, and we even had a healthy debate, if you want to call it that, on the value of them both amendment, because we disagreed on it, and because when I came back from traveling back to here in Wichita, I told him that I didn't support the value of them both amendment, and I told him why, and he was shocked. I'm like, well, let me explain to you my reasons. I have very good reasons, and we disagreed on it, but I told him this regulates murder. It will not abolish it, and even that when that was still going on, the value of them both thing, they actually said at the Capitol during the March for Life, they said value of them both does not abolish abortion. It will not abolish it. I'm like, then what's the point? If you're not seeking to abolish it, what are you doing this? But we definitely had disagreements on that. But he used to go out to the death camps with him, but before he died in the plane crash, and used to actually live with him myself for a short time. But I explained to him, these things and about abolition versus pro-life, and he disagreed, but.
Well, my take on it is, for what it's worth, I'm not going to argue.
Yeah.
First of all, you do what you can.
Okay.
Secondly, we're going to have to change minds, change hearts. And how do you do that? I guess you could do it by locking up all the people who don't see it the way you do.
No, not advocating that.
And that's not practical.
Not advocating for that at all.
I don't care what the law does at all. If we eliminate the need for abortion and we eliminate the desire for abortion, then the people who make laws can go their own way. They're wrong, and we can fight against them. But we've been fighting against them, and we're not winning that fight. But we are saving lives. And so it's just what's practical and what's not. And, anyway, I just think the 40 days for life approach is good. Probably ought to be 80 days for life.
It should be 365 days, right?
Yeah.
That's what I've wondered. Like, I'm not advocating for it, I'm just saying for the organization, but it's like...
It's looking at human nature and knowing that people can sustain something for 40 days, they may not be able to sustain it for 365.
Well, not everyone like can be out there every day, but it's like, well, there's enough. I mean, this life chain. It's like you can get people out here for to stand out here, but where I'm not saying like why aren't they out there every?
I support you.
Yeah.
I appreciate your efforts. I'm not against you.
Yes, sir. So I just encourage you. What was your name again?
Paul.
Mr. Paul. Okay, Nicholas.
All right.
I just encourage you, Mr.
What's
Paul.
your last name, Nicholas?
Healed. I've been healed of sin.
Heald.
Right.
ED.
Got it right. No, yeah, Heald.
Okay. Not like the basketball player from Oklahoma.
Well, his name was spelled Hield.
Right.
So it's slight different spelling.
Right. All right. Very good. Nice reading you.
Here's
Carry on.
Mr. Paul.
Don't stop your work.
God won't let
I'm
me.
not trying to wrench you to work on that. I just am giving you the other point of view, and I hope we both succeed.
Well, thanks for talking to me, Mr. Paul.